What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Venator Trading Channel, live trading every single day. We're here every day looking at indices. We're looking at Forex, futures, metals, all of it. We're day trading live every single day. The stream is sponsored by our partners with Bespoke Funding Program. They have been absolutely amazing to work with. And I highly recommend that you pick up a challenge with them. If you're looking to pick up a trading challenge, you can use the discount code Venator when you go to checkout. It gives you 15% off any challenge and an 85% profit split. Or you can use the link in my bio, the YouTube bio, and you can take advantage of whatever discount they might be running at the time, which is often a little bit better than the one that I have currently on the 15% off. But either way, grateful for their sponsorship here at the stream. We get to give away 10K accounts every single week, and so that's pretty awesome. I hope you guys had a great weekend into the month of December now, last month of the year. I'm currently not working on a Forex challenge. I am currently working on an Apex, actually two different Apex futures challenges. This is my first time to ever do a futures challenge. Several of the viewers here have done futures, and so they've been asking me to check it out and to try a futures challenge, and so that's what we're working on right now. Is we have two 100K challenges with Apex. One of them is at $104,208. The profit target of $6,000 is just around the corner on one of them. And then on the other, we're at $102,000. A little bit behind on that one, but both are still healthy profits and doing well. And so we'll see how this week goes. If we can potentially close one or both of those out, we'll see. Oh, excuse me. Just wake it up, man. Oh, I'm gonna let my dog out. Hold on. Dog can't decide what room it wants to be in right now. Anyway, just looking to, have a good trading week. I'm still trying to decide how long I'm going to trade into December. If I'm going to do the entire month or stop before the holidays. I don't know yet. I'm still TBD, quite honestly. Still TBD. But, everything's cranking. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I didn't really do much this weekend. It was cold and wet around here. Just kind of hung out with my wife, watched some college football. The college football playoffs here in the States have been going on. It was conference championship weekend. UT, Hook'em Horns, made the National College Football Playoff, winning the Big 12 championship, and just eking in because Alabama beat Georgia. I know none of you probably care about that, but it was important. It's important for all the football fans here in the States. So it was a great sports weekend. Texans won yesterday. They're playing their butts off right now, and they're fun to watch. John says, I care. I know you care, John. I know you care. John, I don't know. I'm trying to guess if John was happy with the college football playoff results or not. I'm going to guess. Let's see. It's from the Ozarks. Kansas City. I'm going to say that you're fine with Michigan getting in. You're fine with Washington getting in. You probably think Florida State should have gotten in, and Alabama should not have gotten in. Texas should have gotten in. They beat Alabama, which beat Georgia. So Texas should have been in, I believe. But I think Florida State probably should have gotten in and not Alabama. They just wanted an SEC school in there. And Alabama did beat the number one team in the country to get in. But I don't know. I feel like Florida State probably should have had a shot and not Alabama. But there was no way they were not going to put an SEC school in the college football playoff. That's just the little bit I know about how John's brain works from all of the chats here on the stream. What's up, Cisco, Onsab, Loyalty Family? Hello, Brad. What target on the Apex account? 6%. So $6,000 is the target. And I'm glad I got them all right. That was just my gut feeling with John. All right, so oil gap down as we start the week here. We've got some, if we look at hop out here to the daily time frame, we're back into this kind of sloppy area here with price action. We had been trending up, we started trending down, and now we're kind of caught in here. I don't know that we're going to go all the way down here to these relative equal lows. But I'm guessing here is a previous week high. We've already taken out last week's low. We're still inside this weekly range, and this is why I have it marked out. The last 1-2 weeks could not take out this week of November, the high or the low yet. So we're just ranging in between this week's high and low on oil, which is 79. What is it? 79.65 and 72.37. We have been in a downtrend. We have broken structure. We have retested these levels and have fallen off. There are still some fair value gaps underneath us here that we could reach into. One right in here, and then one a little bit lower into this order block here. Very interesting to see oil way down here with as constrictive as they've been on the cuts, on the production cuts, and etc. Yeah, it's just I would have thought we would be going higher here, but that's probably just the contrarian in me seeing price move down. I don't know. I feel like I always want to see the opposite of what price is doing. On the daily time frame, we have reached back up into this fair value gap here this morning, right here, and we've rejected off of it. Will be interesting to see. I'm sorry, that's a 4-hour time frame. The daily time frame did not do that. The 4-hour time frame, we have reached up into that fair value gap and rejected off of it. Oh, excuse me. Hourly time frame. Here's your gap from Friday to Sunday. It gapped up and then it just ripped lower. Tried to pick up some steam gapping up, and it just closed that gap and just fell off. I'm just chilling and waiting here. I have really no desire to jump into a trade on Monday morning. As soon as I said, I haven't looked at charts all weekend. I have no idea what I just haven't looked at a chart really since Friday afternoon. Oh, if Brad could read markets as well as he can read Sean. My goodness. Cisco dropping some gems. John says it's like you can read me like a book. The Book of John, chapter 1, page 1, the end. It's not a long book, but it's a good one. Look at the Gilded Gals if you haven't already. Yeah, gold, my God. Gold, all-time highs. rocketed up at the Sunday Open. I mean, just freaking flew. Massive run on gold. Look at that spike up compared to, look at all of these 1 hour candles, right? I mean, these are what normal candles look like. And then gold opens and just launches. Now it's pulled back quite a bit. It's filled in the gap. After such an aggressive move like that, what do you think? Well, it filled it in. It gapped up, ran all of it. I mean, I don't even know what kind of liquidity is up there. It's never been that high before. It's all new, fresh ground. So it just launched, and then it's completely rebalanced, took out that low, and now where might it want to go back down to the former all-time highs, potentially, just to kind of retest those big fair value gaps down there. That was crazy. It was a crazy move on the Gilded Gals. I mean, somebody had a great time, and then a bunch of others had a really, really poor time at the Gilded Gals when it opened last night, when the market opened last night. So I was crazy. I mean, I would venture to say this low is, oh goodness. Here's your draw on sell side liquidity here on the Gilded Gals. You might be able to I mean, it's not great. You would almost, yeah. There's nothing clean here that I see that I would want to get involved in. Plus, it's the Gilded Gals, but maybe take that inducement trade there. Leave your stop up here. Target that first initial low. You could potentially do something like that, but I don't know. It was pretty nuts, man. Pretty nuts. It's right back inside of a breaker right now. We had the last down close candle. We popped up, took out the buy side liquidity. We broke through, left fair value gaps behind. It's trading, currently just reached back up inside that breaker in these fair value gaps. I don't know. It's nuts, man. It's at levels it's never been at before. And so what do? Just watch. Window shop. That's what you do at the Gilded Gals. You just window shop. You don't actually go in unless you want to come out broke. Top pickers got boned. They did. Those guys thinking, oh, we made all-time highs, this thing's going to reverse. They got absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered. I don't know. Let's look at ES here. We're going to jump up to the daily time frame here. We have taken out buy-side liquidity last week, and we've started the week down. Jump down to the 4-hour time frame. Let me just mark out previous day high and low. Previous day high. Friday low. Couldn't hold the displacement above this level. Although we're filling in this fair value gap right here on ES. It'll be interesting what happens when we come down into this order block right here. Wick to body. We'll see what happens as we get into there. News this week. Let me pull up my calendar. We've got NFP on Friday. And we don't really have much news happening today. Tomorrow, there's some job openings and ISM services coming out between all of the Euro and US. All of the flash PMI services are coming out. That's tomorrow. Wednesday, the Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks. U.S. dollar has ADP, non-farm employment change on Wednesday morning. Thursday, not much for Euro, but we do have some unemployment claims coming out on Thursday. And then Friday, of course, is NFP. So not a lot happening today. It'll be interesting to see how the market wants to move heading into NFP. We'll watch. Let me see here. We've got in Q, mark out previous day high and low here. Get rid of that. Definitely looks like wants to grab some sell side liquidity. So we'll keep our eyes on all those. Let's jump over to some Forex pairs. Euro dollar, daily time frame. We've been in an uptrend. There are some very clear and clean equal lows right underneath us from Friday, November 17th, and Friday's low. They're not exactly equal, but they are relative equal lows right here. Nice, juicy fair value gap to act as internal liquidity right underneath those lows. So we'll see if it wants to rip into there today or tomorrow, potentially maybe low of the week, and then head higher off of that. But that definitely looks like an area of liquidity that it would want to tap into right inside of here. So you could potentially see some short-term lower prices before we head back up. And similarly to pound. Get back up here. Come on. Pound took out its Friday's high. Euro did not take out Friday's high or low yet. It's still trading inside Friday's range. Pound did reach up and tap into its Friday's high already and reject off of it. Nice clean relative equal lows underneath all of this under here. For sell side liquidity opportunities, you do have a few fair value gaps on the 4-hour time frame right underneath there. Currently respecting this 4-hour fair value gap. It did get a body couldn't close above there, no displacement. So we'll see. Just gonna watch and wait on the Forex stuff. Dollar. Let's jump over here to DXY. If only I could read the markets like I can read John. It's probably one of my favorite quotes here on the stream. Out of nowhere on a random Monday morning. I love it. Obviously in a downtrend. We have changed structure. We're making lower lows and lower highs. We've reached back up last week into this order block and have come off of it. There is a small little fair value gap that we've tapped into. We've taken out Friday's low already. We've reached, so this is interesting. The DXY took out Friday's low. Euro dollar did not take out Friday's high right here. So this would be the correlated high. Let me get back over here so I can see what I'm doing. This would be the correlated high for euro dollar that it did not reach up into. And DXY did reach down in under its Friday's low into that fair value gap and has found some strength off of there. So it could be a little signal of SMT. Potentially have some short-term dollar strength. Do have some relative equal highs up here that are very clean. We'll just kind of watch and wait. Let the market show us what it wants to do, because right now I don't really have a super clean vibe on pretty much whatever. It's just the week. I come out of the weekend every week, and I always just kind of just stare at charts and do analysis until I get a vibe, and that's usually better on Tuesday. Sometimes I come out of the weekend with a very clear understanding of what I want to see happen, and sometimes I don't. This is definitely a day where I'm like, I don't really know what my gut says. Big gap down on pound yen here. The close from Friday opened today, and we've just dropped a little bit lower. Pretty good sized gap there, which is really odd, lining up with that gap on GJ, lining up perfectly with this gap from back over here on GJ. Very interesting. I don't know why it's interesting, other than that's like, wow, okay, cool. Monthly relative equal highs up here. Fair value gap here on the weekly time frame below us. Taking out last week's low already. We actually gapped below last week's low. So here we are. It's Monday, and we're sitting on the charts. How was your weekend? What trades are you looking at? What's your bias for the week? What do you think's going to happen with these charts this week? I'd love to hear what you guys have to think and what you're thinking about or looking at in the charts or in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me know if there's something we can cover or mark up on the charts, and we'll get into it. Otherwise, we're just going to chill and wait. I'm just going to kind of... My gut says oil will want to come and rebalance some of this, but I don't. We've had a failure to close above these highs. Wicks up into these fair value gaps. We've had a failure to displace and close above those highs right there. Look at GU though. You switched to futures. I did. So GU took out Friday's high and rejected off of it. As far as draws on liquidity go, you've got this swing level here. I think this is the more important swing level up here on GU. Up into this level here. I mean, this is a swing level for sure, but I think this just looks, the eye test says this is the more important swing level on GU. And then you have all of these, the sell side liquidity underneath here from this last move up, push up, and we've kind of consolidated a little bit. Nice little fair value gap sitting right underneath these lows. Currently just ranging on the 4-hour time frame, and on the 1 hour it's going to look even more choppy. The lower you go, the more this is just going to be a big boxy chop up range here. So I don't know, I'd kind of like to see a raid. It's kind of my new mantra, no raid, no trade. So I'd kind of like to see a raid of liquidity, and then drop down and see if we could catch a scalp on something like that. John, what's the future symbol for pound or for euro? $6E. I guess I should probably look at the CME and see which contract is the most traded on the euro. Volume and open interest is still currently the December contract. So that would be this one. Why won't it let me add it? There it goes. So there's euro. I think I'd just like to see a raid again, either on the high or low here with some displacement away on a lower time frame. So I'm trying to find the 6E, 6B is the pound. There we go. Still trade it on FX, but on the Apex account, I can take some trades there if I want to or need to now. It's all right there. Go ahead and hit that like button to start the Monday. I'd appreciate that. How's everybody's accounts doing? Are you in a challenge or on a funded stage? Or are you trading a personal account? Let me know what's going on. Cisco says I only have a competition account. Which firm did you do the competition with, Cisco? Ed up 0.5%. Do you trade the competition account like you would a challenge, or like are you trying to actually place and thereby meaning you're gonna have to take some tremendous risk with it to place in there? Well, with TFT, because they said if you make 25%, you get a free challenge account regardless of competition placement. That's correct. I've seen TFT put that out there, and I think that's a pretty cool incentive to do the competition account. If you can make 25%, 25% is still pretty insane. You got to trade very aggressively to make 25%. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, any percentage gain over like probably 10 to 12% is people taking massive amounts of risk. I feel like. Ooh, what does the market seasonally do? Seasonality refers to particular time frames when stock sectors and indices are subjected to and influenced by recurring tendencies that produce patterns that are apparent in the investment valuation. That's a lot of words. Identified below are the periods of seasonal strength for each market segment. Each bar will indicate a buy and sell date based upon the optimal holding period for each market, sector, or index. Looks like you should buy the S&P on October 28th and hold it until May 5th and then sell it. Interesting. This article says December is off to a rough start, and so far it's not living up to its seasonal reputation of being one of the best months for equity market returns. Since 1950, the S&P 500 has historically produced average returns of just over 1.5% and has finished the month positive, bullish 75% of the time. While the index is down as of Friday, seasonality trends point to a potential second half recovery during the month. That's an old report. What they call it, Santa Claus rallies, where the last week of December and the first couple weeks of January, things just kick off. The party kicks off and gets going. What's up, everyone? Joining the stream this morning. Up to almost 20 viewers. Make sure you hit that like button if you're just joining us. We're just kind of doing some Monday analysis, kind of getting our bearings for the week ahead. After having the weekend off the charts, looking at this crazy gold move. It's so weird to see stuff responding the way it does, because gold is typically a safe haven, right? It's usually a risk off scenario. When gold is going up, typically it's a risk off scenario for all the other markets, but all the other markets are ripping higher too. So who's right and who's wrong? If gold is flying to these all-time highs, why is the stock market also ripping higher? Why is the dollar also finding some strength? It's just weird. Like, stuff doesn't make sense. At least to me. You would think gold would want to rebalance that crazy move during real-time trading hours. Yeah. You would think it. I mean, it's basically back. It's nuts, man. Oh, what's up, Tilu? Cisco, someone be lying. Yeah. Crypto stonks and gold all ripping higher at the same time. Regular trading hours. Real time hours. RTH, real time hours. My brain on Monday, man. I did not sleep great last night. I tossed and turned. $8.20 to $1.30 Central Standard. Nice. Good to know that. Not that I trade it, but it's always good to know when the club's open. Always good to know when the club's open. A little bit of a raid here on rebalance these fair value gaps. Saw Spotify is about to lay off 1,500 people. That's probably not a good thing. That doesn't sound like good news. And a bank, I heard a big bank was laying off thousands of people too. That doesn't sound like good news either. Economy is booming. It's never been better. But let's lay all these people off. It makes total sense. But all these people getting laid off, the unemployment will probably you'll probably still see the numbers report showing unemployment at all-time lows. The autumn night. The autumn night Leo Ben candle burning today. That smells good. If you haven't gotten a Leo Ben candle yet, make sure you pick one up. It does not support the stream, but it will support your trading habits. Bring you some extra luck there. Still waiting on my sponsorship deal. Question from my wife: when are layoffs good news? That's a good question. I mean, it may be good news for the CEO and having a fatter bottom line, I guess. I don't know. When are layoffs good news? Is this a joke? Is this a trick question? I don't think they're ever good news. No one can you imagine walking into work and getting called into the office and just being like, "Hey, sorry, gotta let you go. No fault of your own. You just cost too much for the company to keep you around." Basically, layoffs mean I see layoffs as saying, like, at the most basic sense, the company cannot sustain itself if we keep you here. So to me, that's like, company's not in great shape right now. There's a sickness inside the company, and the disease is personnel. We're too heavy, and we need to lighten up if we want to stay around and survive. Hey, great news! You're fired. I mean, I feel bad for the people that have to have those conversations. That would suck. Hey, it's your job to tell all these people that they're getting laid off. Have fun with that today. That sucks. It really does. The company cannot afford to keep making the same amount of insane profits. What's up, Risk? Welcome in, my man. Got some buy side liquidity up here. I'm not taking this trade just as a charting out a potential short little scalp opportunity here on the 1 minute time frame. 2 minute looks cleaner. Fair value gap entry. Target the next buy side liquidity. We've run, here's your raid, right? So you have a raid of liquidity, get displacement away. Again, not taking this. This is just a analysis on the chart type trade. ES probably looks not quite as similar, but NQ looks a little cleaner to me. Just cut, say, 1% off the top end salaries and they'd save more money. I mean, in a lot of cases, you can make that. In a lot of instances, you can make that case, Cisco, I think. Hey, what if instead of laying off 1,500 people, what if all of us fat cats here on the top floor, what if we all took a 20% pay cut instead? Nah. Nah. Oh, Jim, come on. What are you talking about over there? Oh, come on. We could take 20% discount. No, we cannot. I've got 3 vacation homes and the yacht to keep up. I cannot take a pay cut right now. You're right. I was crazy. What was I thinking? Fire 1,500 people. Let's do that. One time he told me he had to fire this dude and give, oh, the company cannot afford it. What? One time he told me, I don't even know what you're talking about now. One time he told me he had to fire this dude and give him a ride home. Told me it wasn't awkward, which I didn't believe him. Yeah, that would suck. You're fired. Let me take you home so you can tell your wife. I'll stop. We'll stop and get you buy some McDonald's on the way home. One of my favorite candle setups is forming on NQ. What's your favorite candle setups, Risk? Love to see it. Pay cut? No way. I'm about to buy my 5th mansion. It's exactly what I was saying, man. Like, you got to keep up with the chat. I was talking about my brother. Oh, sorry. Do I not have all messages on? Maybe I missed. I don't have all messages on. Shocker, I know. Oh, there you are, John. Now I see all your messages. My younger brother is one of those guys that fires people for companies. He loves it, but he's an asshole. He's a butthole. I see. So he likes it. Like, I guess he takes joy in inflicting pain and misery on other people's lives. I didn't have all messages on. That's my fault. You cursed, and it probably was like, oh, yeah, we don't want to put that in the all messages. Loves it. Oh, jeez. I can't imagine, like, what kind of joy do you get from telling, I mean, I'm maybe if it's a bad worker, right? Like maybe if it's like a bad employee, you would get some joy out of that. But I'm guessing if you have to fire 1,500 people, the easiest way to do it is to say we're making mass cuts. If you're getting this email, you're part of the mass cut. But if you're just having to fire, like, if you have to lay off like 3 people, then just pick the people you hate. Risk flare on the 2-minute. The 1, 2, 3, 4 big full candle up right here. Or this one, which one? I'm not sure. Two, consolidation. Small candles, preferably red. Then a thrust up. I'm in the play with you. I did not take this, but yeah, it is a, I think it's a valid trade. I didn't take it. It's Monday, and I just don't like jumping into trades first thing on Mondays. Not in this trade. Here on the 5-minute, this is what I see. I see a quick run of liquidity, and I see quick displacement away. And I see clear buy-side liquidity targets here and here, and some gaps up above us that we might want to be drawing into for the rest of the day. So it could be work out to be a good setup. We're coming into the hourly close here. So probably what I would like to see is this hourly candle is not going to close and displace above it, but you can see the liquidity it grabbed here and it returned bullish pretty aggressively. Which makes me think NQ's probably gonna rise up here, but might get another opportunity here on the hourly open. It wouldn't surprise me if it wanted to come back down and grab that liquidity one more time, but I think this is your first opportunity to get in, but you could hold for potentially this, and you could hold for the gap up here from Friday. Friday's closed to Sunday's open. Right there. I've got too much public education teacher in me to not have feelings for others. Yeah, except for those little turds you have to teach. I bet you've got some. I bet you wouldn't mind laying some of them off. Hey, you don't get to come to school anymore. We're laying you off. On the other hand, my brother is massively rich and got an Airbnb for my entire family of 5 Lake of the Ozarks for an entire week of Christmas so we could be together. John taking advantage of his brother kicking the man down. Briss says it's essentially a bull flag, but it's what I want out of a bull flag. Cool. I think as this hour candle close, you could get a dip down. The next hour open. Let's see. It's got some fair value gaps here. It could reach into this area here. Like I said, that would line up with just under this stop and inducement play. Nice fair value gap. Touch that on the 5 minute and then rip higher here. Put in a higher low. So that would look something like this. Wait for a touch of that. Put your stop underneath the candle that created the fair value gap there, or that candle. And then you could still reach for this high or just hold for the new week opening gap there. Potentially as well. John enjoying the benefits of that dirty money. Even those jerk kids in class I typically got along with. John's a big softy, man. Don't let him fool you. Absolutely a big softy. The overprivileged, yeah, the entitled ones, the one who think they deserved the mansion and the Airbnb. I definitely probably take issue with those kinds of people too. The ones who pout when they don't get what they want or get what they expect they deserve. Ugh. Gross. Really is kind of just gross. I think I like this play better on NQ. If I was going to take a shot, get this hourly open, put in a lower wick into this 5 minute fair value gap, rebalance some of this area here. But we're coming into the 8 o'clock, the 8:30 open. You know, I don't. Trading futures is this is new for me, and I think would probably rather wait until the 9:30 market open. Not saying you can't get a good move here. This is a nice little Judas swing move for sure. And maybe you get that, like I said, that pop the hour or the 30-minute maybe brings you down in here, 8:30 open, and then we can just ride this back up to draw on the new week opening gap. 6-6, my goodness. It's a big boy. Speaking of that, did you see the Trump interview with Moms for Liberty where the interviewer asked him about his relationship? I did see that. He's tall. He's really big. He's doing well. So good for him. He's 6'6" now, so he's doing well. Trump is freaking hilarious, man. He is freaking hilarious. All right. New hourly open here. Push it down. Again, I'm not in this trade. I have no orders set. You would see my orders on the screen here. My account is connected. My Apex account is connected to TradingView, so he does the best job at being tall. I don't know if you guys ever watched Shane Gillis. He's a comedian. His Trump impressions are outstanding. Shane Gillis, if you just want to get a good laugh about some stuff, man. Shane Gillis does a fantastic Trump impression. I got stopped out for -50. Yeah, that's not terribly surprising. Just the inducement play there. You were trying to buy in a premium, and I think waiting for that pullback area. It did tap into that 5-minute fair value gap right there. Rebalance some of that. Hourly open, put in a lower, so open, low, and then you get your high, your close, and then you just keep riding that up. And we had no displacement over this. So you had this up close candle that ran sell side liquidity, and we had displacement up, but we didn't get any clean displacement above that high yet. So another sign that it wasn't quite ready to rip higher just yet. I measured him, and it was the best measurement ever. NBA players send him thank you notes. Barron is doing such a tremendous job, and everybody's talking about it. They're saying, Barron, you're doing the best job ever by a tall person. It's incredible, folks. Truly incredible. Oh, man. He's a tall boy. He's a beautiful boy. 6'6". I mean, what other kid his age 6'6" is doing as well as he is? He's amazing. Oh. So looking at euro dollar here, just in a consolidation choppy phase right near. We need to see a rate of liquidity somewhere. Same with pound. We're just chopping around here. And no real direction yet. Gold, choppy. NQ and ES are the only ones that have kind of rated some sell side. and it tried to push higher, but could not displace above the order block there, and create a breaker. And so we stand aside and let it continue to do its thing. I love Donald Trump's policies, but seriously, what a shyster. I think a lot of people would probably say, man, he did some really good things. But if they would just take away his Twitter account, the man cannot stay out in front of a camera. So that's the problem. That's the problem. It's just he's just a douchebag, you know. And he would probably admittedly say, I'm a douchebag. No trades taken today, Corey. Just doing analysis, trying to get my bearings on how the market is reacting this morning. He makes ICT look like Mahatma Gandhi. I'd love to hear Trump get on a Twitter space. Just go off on like a 4-hour rant in his car. Roll down the window and start yelling at somebody who cut him off. That could be pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar for the morning. Ooh, kind of chilly out, 50 degrees. True, John. Uh, there are a lot of people that have really kind of set him up on this religious pedestal that is kind of just gross and icky. There's no political leader that deserves that much devotion. Did he really? That's interesting. I mean, that guy. What? There, his wife just died. She was like 90 something years old. He's in hospice, I think, currently. I don't know. I think there's an age at which I just don't want to be alive anymore. You see people live into their 90s, and it's just like, ugh. Do I want to be here when I'm 90? I don't know. Hmm. John says, or talking about Rosalind, his wife, she just died. For the eulogy, her grandson said that she still sent him birthday cards with a $20 bill, even though he was 45. My grandma, my mom's mom, we called her Nana. She sent us money. She sent us money and a birthday card every year until the year she died too. Even as adults. Good people, them Carters, it sounds like. I think I'm going to stay on for about another. Maybe I'll stay on until the half hour, the 8:30. See if we get any kind of pump, and then I'll probably call it a day here on Mondays. What's up, Remy? What's up, buddy? Just nothing very appetizing. Nothing very appetizing. This NQ play is the only one that I really have some clean equal highs up here. On ES as well. I think I would want to see a break of this clean displacement above this structure here. But let's see. What's up, Red? Welcome in, man. Wait for the 8:30 open, see what it gives us. Risk Flare. I'm getting married at the end of this month. I got my ring yesterday. Is it bad luck to wear it before the wedding? Oof. Congratulations, man. Uh, I mean, I'm just kind of old school. Like, if you're not married, don't wear the ring. I don't know that I would say it's bad luck, but I would I would definitely just wait. Wait until it's a real thing, man. It feels good. I get that. That's cool. How long have y'all been together? 6 years. My goodness. Yeah, it's well past time to put a ring on it, man. Oh, it's definitely way past time. Well, good for you, man. Hope you have a great. My wife and I got married at the end of December. Our anniversary is coming up the end of this month. 27 years. He is common law married for sure. Uh, December weddings, man, they're great. Christmas wedding was awesome. Oh, what what a slow, choppy morning. Wait, wait, wait. Patience, patience, patience. Oh. You see on these higher time frames this inability to close above that level, following the overnight trend down still. 5 more minutes here. And then we'll see what kind of open we get at the 8:30. Oh, oil just deciding to rip off. Kind of want to see if if it can hold that close above on the 5 minute time frame here. And there's a lot of buy side liquidity to run to. We'll see, though, if it wants to close up there. I'd have to increase that. Still can't risk 500 there. Well, I going the wrong way. It's funny. Did get a close above. see what's going on. Oh, NQ on the open dropping. Yes, dropping. Could not close above and displace above that high. Oh, it's not. Right back down into this 15-minute order block. Do a buy stop here. So a buy stop is where you're trying to get in with momentum. So we had a breakout above here on oil, closed above. We're getting to the pullback into it, and so the buy stop allows you to get in with momentum forward. So now that it's pulled back, if it wants to keep going lower, we don't take that loss. We get in with the movement as it runs higher here. If it wants to pop up now hard aggressively from here, we can catch that move up. And I need the profit target would actually be, I only need 1,800, something like that. Put that on the other account as well. This one I could take to the those highs up there if it wants to run that high. Stops are good if you don't want to if you don't want to buy on the pullbacks because you don't like that. Trading stops, I kind of view it as trading with momentum. The problem with stops is you don't want to just trade it above a breakout because a lot of times those are just liquidity grabs, like right here, right? Like you don't want to just put a stop order at something random. So what I want to see is price break and hold above a level like we did here. And then when it pulls back down, if it wants to drop, if this is a raid, it's just going to drop and it's not going to trigger you in. So if we want to continue bullish here, strong bullish, we'll catch that move from this point on. First initial target would be these highs here. You've got these fair value gaps inside, and then you've got very clean buy side targets above on oil as well. So indices just tanking, could not close above those levels there. The Forex pairs are doing nothing. Like I said, if oil wants to come down and take this out, we'll just cancel this order, and no harm, no foul. Didn't really show any desire to continue that bullish breakout move. Closed above and then immediately closed back down inside this range here. And it looks like we avoided taking the loss there. If it taps that in, I'll cancel that order. It has filled in that imbalance here. We'll see how this 5-minute candle will need to close aggressively bullish. And then we'll call it, I'll probably call a stream after this 5-minute candle here. Quite the tank on the 8:30 open there. What do the markets know that no one else does? Because everything's going so well right now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel these orders here. It's not getting the aggressive displacement higher off of that. Cancel this one as well. And I'm going to go ahead and call the stream there today. I will probably be looking in the afternoon on the futures power hour close. I might be looking for some trades, but I'll post those in Discord if I'm going to be busy. But good start to the week, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. New York time. So y'all stay safe. Happy hunting out there. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Adios, y'all.